Welcome to a DropTent Media production.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Permiano.
And I'm Dan DeBriel, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Boom.
Hey,
We're
here
live.
we are. Yes, I drove here from the fucking beach to be here live in studio with you today, Dave, because I wanted to hang out.
Sucks outside. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, it's too humid for a guy like me. I've been sweating balls. This is the most
True.
comfortable I've been, like, atmosphere-wise all week.
Man, it's hotter than Hawaii out there.
Oh,
No,
jeez.
oh.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I had to bring that up because you're apparently Hawaii's #1 enemy right now.
I didn't realize how much of, like, Hawaii's, like, state identity goes through spam. Which gives you diarrhea, state of Hawaii. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it does.
Saying food gives you diarrhea isn't disparaging to the food. If food that gave you diarrhea wasn't the good food, there would be no diarrhea.
Right. I mean, I'll remind our listeners, like, we're from Philadelphia, where our food is cheesesteaks, which 100% give you diarrhea. The more diarrhea you have after a cheesesteak, the better the steak.
cheesesteak. Yeah.
So,
And speaking of offending people,
yes, we have the cleanest looking offensive comedian we could find, our friend Mark Wellborn. Hey, Mark.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We got you in. Why did we get Mark in?
I ran into him at an open mic. I'm like, shit. We see him in the fantasy chat rooms. It's awkward if we keep doing this and don't have him on the podcast.
Right. This was all an elaborate work to throw you for our fantasy draft that just happened.
Well, you led me on in that chat because earlier you were like, if you got canceled, or
I still want to bring that up.
okay,
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I did that with.
I remember. I'm a fucking. I have the mind of an elephant, and Dan covers the rest of the elephant.
You son of a bitch. You got the nose too, and you know it.
I do like shoving a peanut through there every now and then. It's true.
That'll be Patreon
Yeah.
content as soon as we get enough subscribers. Dave eats pasta like an elephant.
But yeah, you're fleeing the Philadelphia area pretty soon. So we got you under the wire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't consider myself in the Philadelphia scene.
That's fair.
I
something
stick
of
to
a-
Delaware.
You're
you
something
know.
of a Delaware comic.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. There's actually a lot of really funny comedians in Delaware, and they don't get the respect they deserve
I've
because
said- yeah.
Delaware doesn't really have much.
Yeah.
of a
I
comedy
tell
scene.
her the Delaware scene and the South Jersey scene, I would take their best against Philly's best
Yes.
any day of the week.
I agree. There are in the outskirts, you can find some really great comics. They might not be as concentrated, but same with people in the city, you know? So I think, like, yeah, you are one of those. You are a great comic
Nice.
from the
Yeah.
suburban Philadelphia area, or Wilmington area, if you will. And we like you. And you're moving to Austin for and are you doing it with comedy in mind?
Yeah, slightly, a little
That's cool.
bit. I mean, it was job wise, I could get out there, and I was like, might as well take the opportunity.
Hell
Get
yeah.
on Rogan.
So, yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're the second most prestigious podcast you'll be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you get on Kill Tony, this is the best live podcast you will ever be on.
Yeah, I think I have a better chance of getting stabbed outside of Kill Tony, but well,
Hey, you're here with Kill Tony alumni Neil Wood, who you can see on one of the Philadelphia episodes. You did a really good set. Not even going to rag you for it because most people on Kill Tony are trash, and you brought some fucking fire. So, but you would do the same, I'm sure, when you're out there.
we'll see.
I think like every comic, whenever you move to a city, I lived in a city, Los Angeles. I don't know if I've ever told you that. I don't know if I've ever
How
told
am I
you
just
that.
hearing about
We gotta
this?
get a graphic or a sound for this. When I lived in Los Angeles, I did the same thing. I moved out ostensibly to go work in film and television, but there's no way, like, even though I was a very, very young comic, there was no way I wasn't thinking, like, oh my God, I'll be there, I'll do it, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's cool that you can get your life to align with comedy. That's so hard for so many people.
Yeah, and the best thing is, like, nobody at work knows I do comedy.
Really?
So they could just keep asking, like, oh, do you know anybody out there? And I'm just like, no. So they think I'm just like some big loser going out there, just like discovering myself.
Do you actually know any comics out there right now?
I mean, I met like a few people out there when I visited, but like not really. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't have that comic camaraderie where they just a random person ask you to crash on their couch.
No,
No,
no.
I had that in Pittsburgh. I already had a hotel room, so I declined, but
Nice.
it was weird. I wouldn't do it personally.
Yeah.
I think Austin is, well, would I say it's bigger than Pittsburgh? I don't know. I feel like the scene is
Comedy-wise,
bigger.
yeah.
Bigger than Pittsburgh. So that could be it. I found the nicest comedy scenes are the cities that have small ones. Like I went through Columbus, Ohio. Everybody was nice. Like it was like the nicest open mic I think I've ever been to in my life. And yeah, so credit to all the Columbus comics watching.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you didn't get up there. So I'm Jewish. Yeah, that's how I. Yeah.
Honestly,
That would be weird for you to say.
Honestly, I saw one of the most weird Ohio things ever. So there was someone you could like. I immediately noticed her because she was dressed like real, like scandalously. And then as I got closer, I realized like this is a pretty passable trans woman at the bar. Just noted it because she's dressed
Pretty
inappropriate.
passable.
Yeah, like let's just say like handsome, but like it wasn't like, oh my God, this is like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, like it was a person that was not I don't know, like a very tall giant person. It wasn't like that. It was somebody
Should
who was
be a
very.
debate for the best trans person, but somehow it's forgotten that
I
she
just
held
think
the
Kareem
score.
Abdul-Jabbar would be a bad trans person. It wasn't like that. This was a very passable
what?
trans person.
Long, luscious legs. Okay.
I don't want to get into how luscious you find.
I'm saying long legs are an attractive quality on a woman, and who's got longer legs than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Well, that is true, and it is cool when a woman can really like guard the paint. You know, she can really box someone out.
Was he known for his defensive? Okay, we're not.
yeah.
I don't know how to do the trans parallels with it when it comes to
I'm
actual
worried. I'm
basketball.
worried there. The closer we get, the worse it'll be. No, my point is, very passable trans woman. I thought she looked very pretty.
Not
I'll say it.
Joanna, man.
Right. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty as a woman. And the first comic to go up goes, hey, everybody, I'm dating a trans woman. She's here in the audience. Big round of applause. She waves to everybody. And he goes, which is great because now I'm allowed to call all my friends the F slur. But he didn't say the F slur. He said the actual word hard stop period hard T. And I just had to sit there. And yeah, I got a few laughs. I had to sit there. I was like, that was the most progressive homophobic joke I've ever heard in my life. But like, I guess the guy's living it. He's living the tolerance, right? But I don't think he can say that. I think that was a false premise, to be honest.
I mean, isn't there like milestones that you can set? No, I'm just.
I'm interested to see how you just.
Weigh in.
Well, I feel like I've heard the same joke in the Delaware outskirts scene.
Have you?
But
wow.
they have no proof to back it up.
Right.
They don't have their trans girlfriend waiting at the bar.
I was
going to
say,
see?
she was there laughing and supporting him with like uproarious laughter that wasn't deserved because the joke as a joke wasn't that good, first of all. But it was just very funny because I was like, wow, I don't think this is Ohio comedy, but this is my first experience, the first joke I've heard ever in Ohio. And it just felt, I don't know, weirdly.
Well, no,
Ohio.
it's because okay, I was at a mic last week and there was 3 Joshes in a row. One of them was a very offensive Josh Jack.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he.
Very
I
offensive
laugh
Josh.
my ass off every time. But then some like comic, like the host came up. Okay, fuck, marry, kill those Joshes. And then like the women were like, yeah, kill that Josh. And then I got on stage like, I would marry him because of that racial androgyny. I feel like I could get away with using a lot more slurs if I said he was my husband. Because I think he's Hispanic, but he could also pass as like mixed, or he could pass as a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, like Otis.
You want right, you're right. So you want your gay husband to be very racially ambiguous so you can just kind of cover every identity base.
Exactly.
Okay, right. That's like pure tolerance, right? You have to date
Exactly.
anybody
So I
when you're
stand by
dating,
this
like everybody.
person's right to say slurs if he's putting in the work.
Right. It's visibly putting in the work, right? So maybe that earns it. I don't
Like
know.
the government should hand out badges.
Okay, well now we're getting a little. I'm surprised that that's your opinion.
If you're about to get beat up, you
Like
can be
a
like,
patch.
nope, I'm immunized. Yeah.
Well, this is enlightening. Yeah. So, Mark,
Where do we go from slurs jokes?
where do we go? Yeah, where do we go from an awkward story into dissecting that? Well, we go to Austin. That's where we go.
Okay.
You went and did like a little recon while you were there?
Yeah, I did a few open mics. I went to one open mic where I could walk to, and it was at the mic. I've never seen as many bumps like on the sheet.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. So all the sheet had it all numbered like to 50, but then like each one in between had a name,
That's hilarious.
and I just kept like seeing the names getting added in between. And fortunately, I walked through this one, so I just got hammered.
Nice.
It was the first time I've ever been like really drunk, and I'm like, I forget what I even said on.
It's a rite of passage. Everyone has to do it.
Yeah, we all do it.
Because being a suburb comic, you have to drive to every mic, so you can't
Really get
That's where you find out which jokes of yours are like tattooed on your brain.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten her blacked out, and then there's like, oh, I want to try something new. And I'm like, all right. And then I could just recite like one of the regulars, like it was like I was stone sober, or whatever.
Yeah, I have a few that are just in my DNA at this point. I've been telling them the same way, more or less, for so long that I could just do them drunk. And those are always fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when you're drunk,
So how
you
did
forget
you
you're
do?
bored with them.
I don't even think I went back. I think I just tried to riff the whole time and then complain a little bit. And then I don't remember how the set went at all, but I do remember when I got off, the bartender offered me a shot. So it could have been out of pity. Could have been out of pity. Could have did really well.
Could have been great set.
I won't even listen back to the set. So.
And that was the only one that you did while you were out there?
No, I did others, but that was the one that I remember the most.
Did you feel like, I feel like when I go to a new city and I'm doing an open mic, that's when I'm like scoping everybody out. I'm like I just rode into like the saloon, like I rode into town and got into the saloon and I'm kind of like eyeing everyone up. Like, okay, who's good here? Who's bad? Like, who are the parallels to like the scenes that I know? You know?
Yeah, like I kept seeing the same comics and they were like doing the same 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like obviously I remembered them.
I mean, in the span of a week, you should be working on the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
right.
Yeah.
That's true. Although that can be a problem when you do like Delaware has kind of this problem. You have so few mics that sometimes you don't have a chance to work out all your material because then you're just retelling the same joke so many times in front of the same people. It's like you won't even know if this is good or bad at this point. Like, it's hard to test it out.
Yeah, you circle back like a month later, try that joke again. And...
Yeah. That's what you did. You have a joke. My girlfriend says one of her favorite jokes out of any of the comedians that she like has met that like I know.
Suck on that, Dave.
Yeah, she hates you, Dave. No, I'm just kidding. She actually thinks you're funny.
I mean, women.
Dave.
I don't write my jokes for women.
I've already told you. She having the same sense of humor as me appreciates the biggest act out you do in your act, which is what do Panthers do? They pounce.
You guys have made me so self-conscious. I didn't even realize I was doing that until
it's your
you
biggest
pointed
act
it
out,
out.
and I love it. Yours, she loved. She was telling me when you did my show recently how much she loved your Snoopy joke, and I was like, I felt like that joke was like that for me, where I watched you grow that so much that I'm like, I remember like proto Snoopy. I remember when it was like you drunkenly yelling on stage about Snoopy, only like half an idea, and now it is this like really great long.
You don't fucking. You don't bunt when you get on stage. You fucking swing for home runs every time. And that's I do like that about. Boy, I've seen it. You know, home run hitters strike out a lot, but fucking.
But when you hit, you connect
and that's
hard.
Snoopy. Yeah, you fucking tied that thing together perfectly.
Yeah. It's funny. I love that you get into it now by asking people what their favorite season is, which is great. It's like it's like a fun little like game that you play prior to that.
Wait, do you have like a different response for each one, or do you just go like,
no,
hey, oh, that's gay, and then
kind of, yeah.
Also, you want people to say fall, and most people someone's gonna say that anyway.
Women always say fall,
exactly,
because they like their pumpkin spice and all that bullshit. Yeah.
That's why I don't respect them. No,
We're
winter.
just gonna be.
It's clearly winter. I mean.
No, winter's the best season? You think so? Hell no.
Fucking built-in excuse not to go anywhere. Blankets, sweatpants.
The gift giving.
I don't
holiday,
participate in that part.
Right,
I get.
You only give cards when you think it'll make someone cry as a deliberate attack on them.
I know. I thought about pepper spraying you this week.
Yeah, next time put like some anthrax in the card or something. It'll fuck us all up.
You ever been pepper sprayed?
No,
No,
never.
Neither of you?
No.
Wow, that shocks me. Neil, you ever been pepper sprayed? I'm the only one.
You've been pepper sprayed?
Hey, I still got to sleep with her.
But
I enjoy telling your shortened story just to freak people out. No, it was my girlfriend. I asked her, like, I just wanted to see what it felt like. So we were drunk at a party, and I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I want to get pepper sprayed. And then 3 of my friends also got in. But she put a little extra mustard on my time.
She was thinking about something that you said.
Yeah, so 4 of us. Yeah, she just went down a line and pepper sprayed 4 of us.
Wow, how?
One dude there brought milk. He's like, pour milk on my face.
They say that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know if that actually works, but they say They say it's what you're supposed to do. At least there was a bunch of people, I remember during the Black Lives Matter protests, they were just videos of people pouring milk on themselves.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this
Usually
person was
have
a
to pay for
trendsetter.
it.
Yeah, this has happened when I was 25.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah, they hadn't
we
hadn't
beefed
really got
them.
into the real hardcore protesting at that point. The
Uh,
kind where you got to bring milk to the protest.
Yeah.
Oh, this protest is going to be hardcore. Everyone has milk.
got milk? Okay.
Yeah, that's the new edgy got milk campaign.
Damn. Well, because we used to joke that you're like we called you the Brock Turner of the comedy scene.
Yeah, and then I did a Brock Turner joke, and I did it in Philly. It didn't go well. Then I
No.
stopped that joke.
Well, you were a swimmer too.
Yeah.
Did you tie that into it? I guess.
Yeah. The joke was like people only know from college swimming is Brock Turner and Leah Thomas, and they're both known for having a controversial penis. That was the joke.
That's a good joke.
Yeah. But
of course
it's
they didn't
like,
like
whoa.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone expects that you would get away with it. Right now.
Which part?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring up you offending women.
No.
No.
Okay.
Because you were you used to do a lot of burlesque / comedy shows.
Yeah, that was my start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like there was a public post from a burlesque dancer, like, do not book Mark Wellborn on your shows.
That's
He is a
fun.
sexist or whatever.
Yeah, people like somebody I never met put this up. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it all came from like a simple joke I made on my Instagram story. That was the big thing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when it was posted, you were like, I don't even know what's
Yeah.
going
Well,
on.
once I apologized because I thought, what would Jesus do? And at the end, I ended up
Okay.
apologizing.
Jesus would say sorry to that chubby dancer.
Yes. Whoa, come on. Let's
Whoa.
not get into detail.
Well, hey, listen, we
They
said
already hate
burlesque.
me.
We said burlesque. Do I
Yeah.
have to spell it out for the audience?
It's strippers that want to maintain their artistic integrity or something. Isn't it
Something like that.
I don't,
It's where strippers go after they have kids.
Yes. No, strippers all have to feed their burlesque doesn't make more money. It ruins the artistic integrity if you have dollar bills thrown at you, which is why I don't give burlesque dancers any money.
You like a dainty tuck into a G-string? That's
No,
the
nothing.
Classy. Oh,
No, you are dancing because it cleanses your spirit. Strippers are dancing because they need money. So I will throw money at strippers, not burlesque dancers.
Okay.
And I
But
need
have you
nipples.
seen burlesque
I pay for
dancers?
nipples. Yeah.
they look like they need money.
Do they? I thought they all.
Some of them do.
were-
They're like out of work theater girls.
I thought they were all pretty well fed.
well, yeah, sure.
Which I like. I like their shapeliness.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
yeah, they're very body.
But I hate
confident.
art.
like that. I think. Okay, so what you don't like is that burlesque, like stripping, is more like an athletic, like dancing, and burlesque is more like kind of like a joke,
I
not
didn't
like
say
a
that.
joke,
Like a knock joke. No.
not like a joke, like a camp, I guess. Like there's campiness in burlesque, and stripping is like more just about.
Arousing me.
Okay, got it. It's more about you. With
Yeah, stripping is more
Yeah,
for me.
I see what
Burlesque
you're
is
saying.
more for them.
Yeah. Okay. I
that's
accept
good,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I get it now. That makes more sense. Once I center it on what would Dave. Right. It's not
Yeah.
about him. It's about them. Fuck it.
But they have too much self-respect, and that's why they call because I've been called out by burlesque dancers too.
Really?
It was like I was on some show in Philly where it was like you did your act, and then like this dude interviewed you like a late night kind of thing, and then like he was about to, and then one of the dancers like tagged him out. And just like right away. So how long have you hated women?
Oh no. Oh jeez.
And I said forever.
One of the maybe my worst show ever was a burlesque comedy show. It was a drag burlesque comedy show where some of the dancers were drag queens, some of the dancers were cis women. The host, the person that I'd worked with a couple of times that ran this troupe, was sick or something, and they let the kitten, who's is like apparently what they call the new person in the group, like produce the show. So I go in and I'm looking for this person. She told me where to look. This kitten puts her hand. I'm there with my then girlfriend at the time. The kitten sees us, puts her hand on my chest and runs her finger down my chest and goes, "Hey, you're cute." And I take a step back and I go, "Whoa, I'm your comedian. I'm just here to work. It's nice to meet you." And it's a little awkward, but it's not that bad. She gets up to introduce me. And she's like, hey, is everyone ready for the show? All right, I'm going to introduce your host. He's a real scumbag, and he knows what he did. And she walks off stage, and I have to go up, and I go, ha ha. And, of course, I was so thrown, I did not recover well. I was like, ha ha, I really don't know her. I just met her. And, like, it was even more incriminating.
Boy, he
was
works
so
fast.
Bad. It was so bad. And it was just like, it was like there's nothing I could do. I just met this woman and she hit on me, and yet I'm getting up there and everyone's like, that guy's been grabbing people or something like that, you know. And it's just like, it was mortifying. The audience hated me from Jump Street.
A chubby bald guy with red hair.
Right.
Where have we seen them be problematic in comedy towards women before?
Right. Yeah, exactly. They're like, what hotel did it happen at, sis?
Yeah.
Where did he get in between you and the door at?
I know.
Well, sorry.
Oh,
I
go
just
ahead.
wanted to say, because I don't know if we finished up Mark's thing about what actually happened from it. So you made the joke in the story,
Yeah. So
and then
so I ended up getting into like a personal disagreement with the booker. I don't want to go into the details about that.
Wait, was that? Okay, I get because we might have him on soon.
No.
No,
different Booker?
no,
Okay.
no.
Like next week? Okay.
No.
I think you're talking about the burlesque liaison.
The burlesque dancer.
The
yeah.
madam?
The
Yes.
whatever. they
Why
go
is
by.
liaison a nicer word than madam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew this show was going to be a problem because they made you just like sign a contract and it was just like a Google form, and they asked like what my pronouns were.
Oh, yeah, you know you were headed for trouble.
And and I didn't answer it. I just put proper nouns only, and I was able to put an emoji with the steam coming out. So they didn't like that.
So already off on the wrong
Yeah. So then eventually,
Proper nouns only. I like that as,
Yeah.
as a potential title
foot. I
name.
like that.
So anyways, I ended up getting a disagreement with her, and just before that, she like tagged me in a post, so I put it in my story to promote the show because that's what good.
Yeah,
You're
a professional.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I got called unprofessional after this, but
Hey,
the name
my favorite shows are the ones I've been called unprofessional after.
That's true. Most of them.
Yeah.
the name of the show was "We'll Be Hoes for the Holidays." So I was on this show,
Yeah.
and then I got kicked off the show, and I put on my story. I was like, "I'm no longer on this show. I guess I wasn't a big enough hoe." That was
That's it?
That's a joke about the name.
That's it.
Yeah, but then I got called whorephobic and
Right.
misogynist.
Right.
It was like, oh Jesus.
Because only they can call themselves.
Yeah.
hoes.
Yeah, no. Well, they self-proclaimed whores. You can't be scared of them because they're whores. I don't. I still don't get it. It only made me more whorephobic, but
Right. It's very hard to know how to be with the whorephobia.
yeah,
You want to be sex worker positive.
Is that them
right?
calling themselves whores then?
I assume so.
I guess it's
Okay.
like because they're whores, they're gonna argue it's like their word, but like they're whores.
I don't know. I
Like
think
that's not.
aren't those two different things though? It feels like whore and hoe. Like hoe is different.
A hoe is
That is true.
no, they're both
I feel like
prostitutes.
Yeah, but hoe like my fucking
Hoes are the ones you can
my
smash around a
sister
little.
uses hoe. My sister
I know what you.
uses hoe.
I know
now.
what you
It's
mean.
changing.
Hoes like cute.
Hoes
It's
more.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it's just
Little
it's
Little hoe. It's
hoes
little
like
hoe.
it has more ethnic slang to it, but
That's your opinion. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But like, what?
you know
you know about ethics.
you know
science.
exactly what I'm talking about.
I
A
agree,
hoe is
Dave. I know
just-
what you're saying.
Yeah,
It's been taken
a
away
hoe
from
is
you.
just an
Yes,
urban
but it's
dictionary
white people have
whore.
it now. Yes, yeah, but it is still cute. I think
It's
whore is
cute,
making
yeah.
that transition, but you can get away with calling someone a hoe a lot more easy than you can.
Yeah.
Well, every word with adding an R is always the fucking killer.
Well, you're not wrong, Dave. You are not wrong.
R is probably the most harsh sounding word.
Yeah, in K. R and K are probably the worst letters.
K, yeah, but R can stand on its own. K usually needs assistance.
Give me an example.
See, yeah, no, the Jew one needs two Ks to really fucking emphasize it.
Yeah.
If the Jew slur had an R in it, it would only need the one.
Yeah, but the slur for Mexicans doesn't have an R, does it all with a K. Well, it's a hard C.
Yeah,
I don't exactly know how you spell it because I've never spelled it. But whatever that, it's a hard K sound and stop. So it's doing work.
Is that
I'm saying
worse
R,
than
special
their
mention
ER
K.
term?
That's what special K is about. Special mention K as the second most problematic letter in the alphabet.
And you need 3 of them to make a hate group? No.
Mark, but you so
Thanks for keeping
I
this
don't
interview
know
on
what
track.
they're doing.
Yeah.
No, okay. So, but that was it. That was the whole joke, and that's what they took offense.
Yeah. then she explained to all the other ones what.
The stable, the stable, if you will.
There's gonna be a second
I don't want to
apology.
misgender them, so we'll just call them the other ones.
They
And,
assembled the entire whorehouse.
No,
Yeah.
but it's not all burlesque dancers. Some of them I've heard shower you with praise.
Not anymore.
She peed on you? What is happening?
Oh, okay. All right. I know what. Well, see, that's what happens when you get involved with somebody who is a whore because they're whorephobic.
All right,
People start to believe
this was brought up to me at a house party, and you weren't there to defend. Yeah,
There's no way
there was
Dave was at a house party.
No,
Okay,
I know.
it was a backyard gathering. It was,
I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Because somebody brought it up on stage at an open mic.
I know. I was
and
there.
you cackled. And I thought in my mind, I now have to go address this.
Yes.
And that's what started me with the personal problem with the booker. That's
Oh.
what started it, was
Because
that
there were
cackle
rumors-
of yours.
Rumors were
So
flying.
yeah, okay. So defend your stance.
My stance, it never happened. I don't
Okay.
What happened?
Categorically.
Oh, my
Someone,
God, we don't-
there was a rumor out that he got peed on by a burlesque dancer,
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's
and
not
I
that
was trying to.
No, that's
coyfully-
bad. That's bad. I go to
yeah.
church. That's horrible.
bad.
I don't
Okay,
want to.
and it's bad for you, especially because
Yeah.
you didn't do it. That's
Yeah.
probably
Well, no,
not so bad.
no, I didn't do it, and I didn't receive it either. Let's be very clear here.
That's why I tried to be coy about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
My mom wanted to know the link, and I was like, "I'll send it to you after." Let's
And now-
see what we
Let's
talk
see
about
where we
first.
go.
Every mom wants to hear a rumor about their kid getting peed on.
It's also funny. I do like that. Like a lot of comics, for comedic effect, will pretend to be wholesome, like
Yeah.
especially when they're doing dirty stuff. But you actually are like breaking out of a pretty wholesome upbringing, like one would say, right? Like,
I wouldn't say breaking out. I still go to church. It's,
yeah, you. That's true. But you somehow managed to forsake God in all of your jokes. How is that?
yeah. And I went out, Saturday night, and I missed church this weekend. But
It happens.
It happens.
You're a
you know?
you're a young hip Christian on the go.
My excuse was Biden was going to that same church, and I didn't want to get caught up in the riffraff.
There you go.
Too much Christ blood the night before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
I
bathing in
am
it.
good on Christ blood for the week.
No, but it is cool because like I think it adds an element to your comedy when you do talk about that stuff. You're not doing it as like a comedic bit or to make yourself more wholesome. It's like, no, you actually go to church. Like, I believe that.
Yeah, but it's not believable once I start talking about,
Do you go with the family or by yourself?
I go by myself, but sometimes I go with my mom.
Okay.
All right, now I'm being
I didn't know if
judged,
you were.
but-
I didn't know if you were just going. If you were going for keeping up appearances or like.
No,
Okay.
no.
No. Just wake up on a Sunday sometimes. And like I'm gonna go to church.
Well, I'm a Irish Catholic, so I go Saturday night, and then I can drink the rest of the night
Ah, yeah.
and sleep
Hell
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
so
you
the
gotta
Irish
figure it
love
out.
football. Is that what's going on?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. Sure. That's coming up.
Absolutely. That's cool.
I
Are
think it's
you-
1 o'clock. Football starts. I forgot to some people can do stuff before 1 o'clock.
Yeah, not me. I'm up at 12. I'm up at maybe noon to watch the pregame, like in bed.
I try to plan my Saturday night around waking up at 12:55 because
Yeah.
I fucking like there's like time to kill before football. Like that's all I care about on Sunday, football, and
Yeah,
I hate
same.
that there's any space in between that.
Our
yeah.
religion's coming back. You know what I mean? And I'm excited about that. So you
Just move west the earlier it gets.
Yeah, but no.
It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass waking up at like 10 o'clock to see a game. It's just, it sucks. It doesn't feel, having grown up on the East Coast, it just doesn't feel right to be up that early at a bar drinking while the game's
Yeah.
on. You can drink that early normally, but while the game's on, that's
I can
weird.
move to San Francisco and whine for an entire off season.
Well, yeah, if you're San Francisco, you never have to actually own any of your losses. You can just put them on and be stand ready.
You would have been closer than 35 to 17.
Whatever. Brock Purdy, another Brock. I don't know. I have no connection.
Who's
there.
the other Brock?
Brock Turner.
Brock Turner.
The-
Oh, right,
the-
right.
The rapist.
That's not irrelevant.
Do people even do normal people actually remember him?
No, I think
that's
he was he was one he's like the pinnacle of white privilege, isn't he?
yeah. I think he got off
if you had to make a poster child for white
It'd probably
privilege,
him.
it would have to be him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because yeah, I'd say maybe Rittenhouse has a higher profile, but you can say there's like a little gray area. In,
But
like,
he's
when
like
the
a
shooting
redneck.
started.
Like this is
Yeah.
like like white privilege has to do like the well-to-do, like keeping the well-to-do well-to-do.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse is probably poorer.
Yeah,
Then
no, you're
fucking-
probably right. But yeah, Brock Turner is 100%. He did an evil thing
Yeah.
and he got off 'cause
Ivy
he's
League
rich. Right.
got-
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I did look up a story. He's like a auto mechanic now, or not an auto mechanic, or works in some.
Kyle Rittenhouse?
No.
Brock Turner.
Brock Turner.
Oof. So
Yeah.
oof. Well, when white privilege fails, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because Kyle Rittenhouse
The
was
guy
like
can't
making
get a job anywhere. Brock Turner. I mean, he would have to like change his identity.
I mean, he was technically, yeah, he's got a record. Like Kyle Rittenhouse doesn't have a record.
Still
Technically,
too high
yeah.
a profile, but he's like
But
a
he's like
hero.
a
Brock
video-
Turner.
yeah.
Nobody adopted Brock Turner.
That's
as a
true.
hero.
Right.
So
You're like, what if the person he raped was a pedophile?
right. Yes, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have those like Van Faith people.
He's a
getting up.
vigilante rapist, which I'm surprised hasn't been a thing with all the comic book stuff out there.
Put that as a title.
Vigilante rapist. The algorithm will destroy us. Nobody will. Hey, if you don't want your mom to see it, that'll be the way that we do it.
That's true.
Yeah, her just finding it. Marky Poo?
Yeah. Are you a vigilante rapist?
Get your nice shoes on. We're going to church right now.
That's the reason why I'm moving, Mom.
Do you?
You want to
question-
watch that comic book movie though?
Which comic book movie? Oh, the
Vigilante
vigilante
Rapist?
rapist. Yes, of course I would. Well, yeah, I watched The Boys. I'm surprised that hasn't been a subplot.
Yeah, but they don't have anyone raping for good.
Yeah, it's true. That may be a new season. We should write to them. A vigilante rapist. Hear us out.
Yeah.
Starring Brock Turner
Let's give him a shot. Why not? This guy's been put on.
as rapist Aquaman.
Yeah.
Crime has to fall asleep eventually. And that's where I creep in.
Did I mention it's vigilantism? Like they deserve this, right?
It's
Yeah.
crime.
We're
right?
all.
If you're doing it to a crime. It's
This is in the VO. This is in the voiceover of the movie, guys. This is fine.
It's time to take out the trash.
Yeah,
and
Batman
on behind
has-
the dumpster.
Batman has his no kill rule.
Yeah.
What about his no rape rule? Yeah.
Batman.
See
Batman's
the
a
Joker.
lot
Yeah, see the
dirtier
Joker go on a tear after that, right?
I know why the Penguin waddles.
Yeah. That's a fun. I know why the penguin waddles.
It's like a John Steinbeck book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man! So I have a sincere question for you to try and maintain some semblance of a topic. Do you are you looking for a church when you go to Texas? Because
Yeah.
Catholicism probably
really have
isn't
to
that popular.
look-
down
It's
there,
going to
huh?
be me and a lot of Hispanic people.
You have to look for a church in
Right.
Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you're
kind
right.
of Catholic church.
It
Yeah.
probably is
Yeah,
popular,
it's-
right? But it's all Hispanic,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, there you go.
Well, what?
Yeah,
So the,
Marcos Wellborn.
what's is the Jesus just a little browner or what?
Oh, well, the Jesus I believe in is black, so it's going to be no issue for me. But
You believe in the Nigerian Jesus?
yeah, I'm just talking about my fellow clergymen. You know,
It'd be great if a white guy going into a Latin church is like, oh man, Jesus is black, guys. You kind of like up. It's kind of racist.
Probably.
I mean, I know I shouldn't be pointing it out, but I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
you know.
Don't tan wash my Lord and Savior.
Jesus muy negro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's all valid Spanish.
Yeah, it's all good. Sorry, but yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, you're gonna have to find someplace.
yeah,
man.
it'll be a change of pace to my crusty white old people that I typically
have to
go
drive to
church with.
Dallas.
Joe Biden will not be going to any of those churches.
No.
It might be more fun. Have you been to like Latin masses?
No.
Oh,
so-
they sometimes have like full bands and stuff. They kind of kick it
Yeah,
up.
and
The
they
music
take
is a little
longer,
bit-
which so
Yeah.
I may be out.
Nah.
I mean,
It's like, sorry, I can only,
Yeah.
I only have a white person.
it's like I don't even understand what they're singing about.
Yeah.
Nah,
This is
man,
all
you hit
standard.
that Saturday mass. They're trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do after.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's all
Jose
Catholics.
Cuervo, all that good stuff.
Is that their blood? Wait, their blood of Christ come with the worm in it or what?
I mean, if it was going to be anybody, they would have the toe in the bottom. You know, Jesus' toe. You have to kiss it.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, there's a
I don't
couple
know
of spots.
anything about. I've had to have Judaism explained to me on this show.
No.
You-
Yeah, that is true.
Not the Judaism thing. I meant the drinking.
My mom
thing,
was
but yeah.
even. My mom, who didn't fucking raise me Jewish at all, was like, "You need to learn more about your religion.
Yeah. Well,
It's your fault. You dropped out at a young age because they took your fucking doll away."
I'm glad that she did because now you're big in Germany. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
true.
you are huge in Germany.
We're the fucking next Hasselhoff.
including the substance abuse problem.
I've
and
eaten
rapid
cheeseburgers
decline.
off bathroom floors.
Yeah, I eat food with my shirt off all the time.
Hell yeah, get a nice little later snack out of the chest hair.
Exactly.
It's
I'm not gonna if I'm eating at home, I'm not gonna sacrifice the shirt to whatever I'm eating. Like it's gonna happen when I'm out anyway. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
if I'm wearing a shirt, get a ketchup stain on that, then I just got to deal with that at home. No.
Fuck yeah.
He with my shirt off.
I was just sorry. I was thinking of Dave getting big in Germany, and then like his album cover is just him, but then he's got like painted German flag on his nose. Just, you have to like me. I'm Jewish.
You ever given yourself the Hitler stash?
Have I ever given
You
myself
just like
a
you know,
Hitler
don't,
stash?
Like
don't
while
like
you're
don't like
shaving?
leave the house with it, but it's like the last part you shave.
Yeah, even with the small amount that I've grown.
Would you say it's time to bring it back?
No.
It's not a terrible look. I don't think it's the worst facial hair look. Why?
Michael Jordan couldn't bring it back. That guy made being bald cool, and he couldn't bring the Hitler stash back.
But it's only cool on uglier dudes.
Well, I'm an
right?
uglier dude.
I know what
Yeah.
you're trying to do.
It looks like a nose shadow for me. Yeah, whatever.
How
How about you, Mark Wellborn?
I mean, this is the best.
This
I could
is the
do,
most you can
so
do? Okay.
I'm shaving it right after this. I had no time.
I like this rugged look from you.
Yeah, this is your max.
Yeah. I mean, I can't like grow in certain areas, and
You're still in your mid-20s, bro.
Yeah.
You're okay.
No, him and I are fucked. It's the same
You're-
thing.
you're
over here.
done
It's
for.
all
Blonde.
patchy.
But you gotta feel like you're gonna have baby faces. You're gonna age gracefully.
I'm fine.
right.
So,
but then
like-
you don't. Now you get the teeny boppers that are into you at the bars. And
Yeah.
You're like, I'm closer to 30. you know?
Right.
It's
Yeah. You
like-
definitely wouldn't want to be like that, dating a much younger woman. That
Yeah.
would be disgusting.
Well,
You got your bragging rights now. Come on. Get,
hey, happy
you
birthday to
fucking-
my beautiful young girlfriend.
Oh, it's her
Arden.
birthday today?
Tomorrow.
oh, I was about to say, Jesus, you could cancel the show for that.
No, I would. I like being here and all, but
What kind of masochist wants me as their longest standing relationship?
Well, hey, on our last year, everybody made our fucking fantasy draft on her birthday, and I couldn't fantasy draft,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
fucked the whole season because of it. So I'm very glad that nothing.
Well, I hope you.
I'm canceling nothing to be with the woman I love.
I hope you made her
getting the sun
miserable
today.
every Sunday.
I
after
do
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God, she doesn't understand football like at all. She's a Phillies fan, but is not like she went to Penn State, but even doesn't really understand like what was going on.
Best
when
to
she was
separate
attending the
yourself
games.
from that football
Right,
program.
she was just drinking and like being like innocent of what was going on in the suffering. But I'm trying to get her into football, but it's like it's very difficult with someone that has no basis of football.
Wait,
I think
so
I'm a pretty good.
you would take you want to watch the games and explain what's going on to someone instead of
She-
just
No, no.
You
we
are
haven't
in,
done
you
that.
are in love.
We haven't done. Yeah, I know. We've only done that with preseason games where I don't care, or other games that were happening around the league that like
Okay.
weren't like we'll go out and like. Well, the first game that I tried to do it to was the game that DeMar Hamlin almost died.
Oh.
at.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's the
Well,
that's how good it's
I
going.
would just
Yeah.
okay. You've watched all the football. You've seen it at its peak.
yeah. How'd you explain that one to her? They're like, oh,
I was
vaccine.
like, oh, he's fine. He probably has like a concussion. And I was like, oh no, he's not fine. She's like, does this happen? And I'm like, well,
Every game.
yeah, kind of, but not like this. Like, yeah. So
That was like that's closer to Kill Bill than football. That's like a 5-finger death punch.
Yeah.
He just had the perfect combination hit on his chest.
right, yeah. It was like a one in a billion thing. Something I kept saying as she was like. She also didn't like that I had the Skip Bayless take. At the time we were sitting there going, and I was like, "Well, this sucks for him, but it really fucks the Bills too. Like forfeiting this game." She was like, "How can you care about that right now?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a football fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not
like
someone
it's
we
we're in
know
the playoff
personally.
hunt.
Yeah,
we're in the playoff hunt. I don't
if-
know what.
Yeah, if you didn't think about your fantasy football for at least the half hour after that,
That's what's right. You aren't really playing the game.
Yeah,
right?
Someone
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
died outside the stadium at the same time. I would have wanted the game. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's just he did it a little bit closer
Right.
to a camera.
I had the Bills
But it's
defense.
just still a guy I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I had stakes in it too. I want him to get better because
Yeah.
the Bills defense was,
It wasn't even the most gruesome injury that year.
right.
Like the Tua where he came up all like with his hands.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Yeah,
that was
doing the
total.
fencing
thing.
That was total team negligence.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was like
bad.
Yeah.
everybody knew he was. They're like, oh, it's his back.
I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get him out there.
Yeah, like he was like, please no. They're like, get on out there, Tua. Yeah, there was one I remember. The Eagles cornerback Ronald Darby. His foot was when he landed, it was on the other way. Like his foot was pointed the other way on his leg. That was one of the most. And then he was back in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was maybe the most gruesome thing I'd ever seen, and it wasn't even the worst. Like, I've seen guys just get up limping, nothing else happened, and it's like, oh, he's done for the year.
It's fucking Lego person. Just screw it back
just,
right. Yeah.
It's like, you're good. It's crazy. But
can't wait. I can't wait to see what this year brings.
yeah. But you're going to stay in the league, though, even though you're in Austin. You're
Yeah,
gonna still
even
talking
my
to
work
us.
league, too.
Yeah,
I'm
there
staying
you go.
in.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
nobody's disowned me.
Very good. Do you have any like goals when you get out there? Like as a young comic, how long have you been doing comedy for?
Like 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, that's like
You're
a
a
good time to
pandemic
make a
baby.
jump.
Yeah, I am.
But unlike the pandemic comics, I've been talking to comics about this. It feels like the comics that started before COVID, they understand like the game. Maybe this is just me being a grumpy old man, but they understand like how like comedy is done right. And then I think a lot of the comics that started after COVID are just like way up their own ass, and they like are doing comedy completely wrong. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain here
Like
for a podcast.
Performance-wise or like behind the scenes
Behind the
stuff?
scenes, like their
Okay.
attitude towards doing comedy is not like, I'm a young comic, I have to learn, I have to get better, I have to be the best. It's like they get like a 5-minute set and they're like, I am the best.
Book
Oh,
me,
you all
yeah.
fucking old dinosaurs got to get out of my fucking way. And it's like everyone's watching. It's like, bro, you've got like a couple of jokes. Like, you're all right. Maybe you'll be good, but like, calm down. I don't think you're that.
Oh,
That's what I'm
good.
saying.
I was waiting
I
for
want to
that.
leave you in
Ooh.
suspense. I think that you are totally like an old school minded guy in a young man's body. You got like a lot of good.
An old
You're
soul.
like,
That's
is
good.
what I
Well,
call it.
maybe some slurs will fly.
I
don't know.
Yeah, by that I mean you slurs like you live at the VFW. No, but I think that you have like a really good work ethic. I think like if you get out there to Austin, where it's like a lot of fucking, it's like mini California out there. They're
Yeah.
like a lot of weirdos and like people with poor work ethic. I think you're gonna crush. I think people are gonna be coming back. This is gonna be one of those things where you watch like the view count, and it's like one episode has like, why does this one have 200,000 views and the rest? I think
The
it's 'cause
Mark
you're gonna
Wellborn
be.
episode?
Yeah.
I've heard you say that about other comics on the show. Let's not.
But this time I mean. But this time I mean it.
We
This
booked
time
them.
I mean
We
it.
booked them specifically for that reason.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they've all been disappointments so far. Well, so will you be the next in a
We're
long
taking
line?
a flyer on
Yeah,
you.
well, I can go in hiding for 3 years, never come back. Yeah,
These are just investments, man.
Yeah,
That's all.
exactly.
That's what-
That's
We're
all
taking
that
a
Dave
flight.
is doing.
We're just
Maybe
selling
you'll go
the-
out there and kill a burlesque dancer. That'll get our numbers up too. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of homeless people out there, you may get peed on.
Yeah, yeah.
Austin. So that may come true as well.
There's never been a serial killer that targets strictly burlesque dancers, has there?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say homeless. I was gonna say. That's
Oh, there's
much
plenty.
needed.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hard to get in
mean,
a trunk.
I
I think
assume
that's the problem.
Yeah, every serial killer's starter. Yeah, like homeless is the starting.
Oh, yeah, that's
position.
It's like animals first, right? You
Oh,
like
yeah, you
kittens
start-
and puppies when
and
you're
then
a kid,
homeless.
and then homeless.
Homeless gays you bring
Then sex
homeless
workers.
homeless you do on the street.
Depends on what
Homeless
kind of
gays
killer
you bring
wanna
back
be.
home. Yeah.
Exactly. Depends on what
Gay
you're doing.
homeless,
Depends on
yeah.
what kind of killer you want to be. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, any comments on that? What kind of killer you want to
Yeah.
we go.
Well, he
I
can't
don't
really
know.
give the
We'll
game.
figure
up.
out when I get that.
We gave you the moniker,
What?
the burlesque dance. No,
The
idea.
burlesque killer. Yeah.
Well, considering I won't be around them anymore, that I don't.
Or you
Yeah.
just leave tassels on your victim.
Hard, and it would be admirable if everyone you murdered had a weight advantage on you.
See?
Usually killers prey on the weak.
Yeah, but that's like his
the
comedy
burlesque girls,
work
they
ethic,
can
right?
lift.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
always he's always reaching higher.
that's
He's not-
right. Exactly.
Not
He's-
just resting on his laurels, killing these salad eating bitches.
Yeah, he's really
He's
going for
murdering a
that
Whopper.
brass ring, going for that brass murder ring.
Is it funny if he doesn't kill them, but it's always attempted murder? Because burlesque never show their nipples. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he never
It's
gives the
almost-
full goat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no
killing
attempted
strippers.
serial killers.
I know.
There's-
Dave, I was fucking kidding. Jesus Christ, David.
I'm sorry, I have to break down logistics.
Yeah,
of this.
no, thanks. I
Once we
love
get back into nipple logistics.
it. Now we're talking.
There you go. We'll write that one down.
Nipple logistics.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you say nipple on? I mean, everybody has them.
Yeah, it's not.
Same with buttholes, but
Yeah, you still can't say that,
Yeah,
right? You
well.
still can't show it on YouTube, unfortunately.
Let's go. We're live, dude. Let's
Oh,
go.
boy. All right,
Yeah,
let's do
bend
it.
over. Let's give it
Oh,
a shot.
hey, I do have to show something that's pretty shitty. I've been on vacation and I didn't wear any vacation-related clothes, but I did. It's just not on camera. I got Crocs and socks on, baby. I did
Look at
it.
that flexibility.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm showing
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
I could show
He's
my
ruining
butthole
most
off
of
if
his
I need
organs
to.
right now.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm all locked up. It's all cramps now. I'm going to shit blood. But yeah, I wore Crocs and
So
socks. You all have been able to see that for
Operation
an hour.
Suck Your Own Dick.
Oh, hell no. Never.
fail, big
never,
fail.
never. The ribs and the gut were never the problem on that one. It
You ever
was-
you ever
That's
watch
why
The
Neil
Chew?
lost all that weight.
You ever watch that daytime cooking show, The Chew?
no.
Jew?
No. That's
Chew-
what I always.
I was
thought
going to
they
say
would
the Chew. No, I have to do
No.
a podcast with him
Yeah,
every
The
week.
Chew, CHEW.
No, I like mixing meat and cheese. Okay, yeah.
Dave doesn't cook.
There was a bigger ginger with a beard who wore Crocs with socks, and then he was kind of balding, but then had a ponytail at the end. And that's what you kind of. That's
You
what
know, I mean, I don't know. You saw me recently. I was growing my hair out with the intent to maybe see if I could get it to like full on skull it, but I just couldn't. I like was disgusted with myself.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the limits of taste with like in like many things, weight, beard length. I couldn't do it with hair. So
Yeah.
thanks,
also
Neil. I appreciate us making eye contact. Neil gave me like a silent nod, like you're right. You're right. It's
I was
gross.
just excited to see. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I wouldn't do it.
I'm embracing like an Adam Sandler aesthetic where like people will think like, man, he must have a lot of money with like the way he just doesn't care about how he dresses. You know?
Yeah, dude, you're crushing.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
I
crushing
appreciate
over
it.
there,
I feel like people might mistake me for being independently wealthy.
I mean, yeah.
It's true. Once we get more followers, we are going to have a clause where you have to have a basketball court
Oh, okay. Got it.
that Dan can play on before every podcast.
It's cool that you think I would play basketball.
You got a real
horse. I'll shoot some horse with you.
Yeah, really.
you should bring in one of those like little hoops. That
Yeah.
you put over the trash can. That's what you
Right?
need.
Yeah, sink it.
It's where we throw our jokes after we're done
Yeah,
with
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Sprinkle it up. Boom. Yeah. There we go. None of our jokes deserve that. But
Is that the only like online controversy you had so far in the 3
Yeah,
years?
yeah.
that was, like,
I mean, it was a good one. I had multiple people come after me, and I was naive because I was at work and I would see these like, oh, you get a message request from this person. I'm like, oh, I must be going. One of my clips must be going viral right now. Yeah, and it was just all these like genderless burlesque dancers threatening me, physically threatening me,
Yeah.
and I would screenshot them and put them on my story, which didn't make them happy. And then I got one.
What could make him happy at this point?
Yeah, and then I got one that was like, "I will choke slam you, motherfucker."
credible threat. Credible
And
threat.
then I waved the white flag. I was like, the last thing I need is some like a genderless person. Either I'll get the shit kicked out of me,
Yeah, like
or
that.
I'll be fighting back, and either
it'll be
one
bad.
is a bad look.
If I came across a burlesque dancer that could choke slam me, that would be the first person I let pee on me, though.
Look, you're in a dark alley. You see like a Ford mechanic lurk at you. You like punch. Oh my God! You see the nipple tassels. It wasn't a Ford mechanic.
Yeah.
It was a burlesque dancer.
I'm talking consensually too. I'm not like
Yeah.
her holding me down and doing it. I'm saying I request it from you.
or they choke slam you unconscious, and then
Yeah.
they pee on you. The final.
Right, you wake up in like a cold puddle. Right?
Dave would have been
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I was unconscious for that."
For the record, I saw a picture of the one that was rumored to have done it to Mark because I think pee is gross, personally.
I think I follow her on Instagram.
But I was like, oh damn, that's like a chubby Asian.
Yeah.
I think I get it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. After this ep, I think she'll be down.
I think she'll get it. Yeah,
She'll
Tokyo
threaten
Rosebud.
you and then pee you. Yeah, she'll pee on
Slippery
you.
slope. You may get canceled as well. You
Yeah,
Man, I just
we
talked
better
about a
hope.
Chinese girl peeing on you, and he says slippery slope.
Oh,
This is-
shit. I didn't even.
This.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
caught that too?
I thought I was going to.
I didn't mean that.
I know you didn't mean it because I would have known your sick tone of voice if you did. That was an honest mistake.
I need to
The
call
most
someone
hilarious
else out
one.
for racism before I get to the jokes tonight.
Oh yeah, you've already hedged prior
can
to
I say?
taping, which is weird. Prior to taping, you know it must be bad. Where you're like, these ones are bad tonight. I'm like, all right,
What are you going to do?
yeah,
I
it's okay.
had the option of writing this week or getting drunk and drafting fantasy football teams.
That's all I did.
Yeah.
yeah. We made the right choice. I mean, not the right choice for like a very flowy episode. But I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm enjoying.
Oh,
Is that
we
you
got a new.
showing us the graphic that you plan on showing us, or does that mean 50 minutes?
It means we're at 50 minutes, right, Neil? It means we're
Yeah.
at 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there's an
See?
at symbol. It says 50,
I know.
and
But
then it
last
says
week
minutes.
you had it up there, and then I said, "Oh, we're at 50 minutes." I'm just testing it.
So, Dave, let's. No, I'm stopping this podcast. Dave, what did you notice about it was different? Was it, I don't know, me pointing at the fucking television? No. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't
This
okay.
happens sometimes. We're learning. We're training Dave.
I think we're training.
Joke off.
We're talking news. We're talking news. Talking news. We're here to shoot the shit and talk the news. Okay, we're back. Hi, for those of you that have never seen
We've
our
calmed Neil
news
down.
section. Yeah, Neil is okay. He got it out. You should have heard the slurs he was flinging at Dave when that segment was rolling. But
I peed on him. Put that fire out.
But those of you who are not restraining your burlesque girlfriends will understand that this section of the show, I do not know the jokes that Dave have written, and our guest, Mark Wellborn, has written a few jokes of his own. I have not seen any of these. And if we do cover the same topic, the same news story, we will have what's called a joke off.
Joke off.
That's okay. I thank you for playing that. I should have known you were going to be on it, Neil. The joke off is judged by you, Mark. You get to determine who the best one is, the one you like best. So, Dave, would you like to go first, as is tradition?
Certainly. Canada advises LGBTQ people to be cautious traveling to the U.S. Spokespersons for America have taken offense to this, saying, hey, we're violent towards way more groups of people than that.
Jimmy Buffett, dead at 76 from a rare skin cancer. By the time he died, Buffett had so many growths on his skin, the doctors could only describe it as Melanomaville.
All right.
Me?
Yeah,
Here we
nuts.
go. The reading it is the most underrated part of it. I'm very, very nervous for this. But here we go. U.S. newspaper giant Gannett pauses AI-written articles after going viral over bizarre language and lack of detail. The news story went on to mention that this headline was a bunch of hooey. And that was it. That was the end of the article.
All right. But you're right. We did the live. I just need to say we did the live jokes at Bar 13. You were in the audience for that, I believe.
Yes.
I don't get really nervous on stage at mics, but that night I was like the same way. I was like, it feels so weird being on stage having to read these jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, for the first time in a long time, I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You do have to respond to more dipshits online, but other than that, it's fun. All right. Nebraska governor signs order narrowly defining sex as that assigned at birth. The governor announced afterwards that hopefully by next year, they'll even maybe start learning the definitions of some four-letter words.
Yeah, I like it.
Stupid.
Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio sentenced to 22 years for Capitol riot. While the Proud Boys are named after a song from the Disney movie Aladdin, we can say it's safe to say Enrique will spend the next 2 decades guarding his cave of wonders.
Nice.
I don't know what the hell went wrong there in the reading of it, but you know.
It's all right. That's why we write 15 and post 3 of them. So we have 12 reserves. Yeah.
Woman who fatally shot 4-year-old at point-blank range says it was a firearm safety lesson, police say. Sounds like her firearm safety lesson is a bit rusty. And I don't mean rusty as in she needs a refresher. I mean rusty as in she learned firearm safety on the set of the movie Rust.
Yeah, I like
Bit of
it.
a walk, but I like
Yeah,
I like
I'm
the
reading a
paragraph
destination.
here.
The destination's good.
Sometimes you got to do that. You really got to wring the joke out of the story.
Commanders president says team not considering changing name back to Redskins. He said this despite the petition being signed by many Native Americans, but this isn't the first time for them to deal with a wet blanket.
Oh yeah. All right. There you go.
I
Talk
fucked
about
it
ringing
up,
it
but
up.
I tried to
Yeah.
recover, but it didn't.
Hey, look, that's why we do them, you know? All right. First Lady Jill Biden tests positive for COVID-19, though she has announced she is also inviting swine flu into her body to celebrate what a great competitor it also is.
Joke off time.
Uh-oh.
Joke off.
First Lady Jill Biden tests positive for COVID-19 for second time. This makes her the second Biden with repeat instances of shoving something up their nose and then locking themselves in a room for 10 days.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Which one did you like better?
Well, it's funny because my next joke really has to do about that.
It's a triple joke off.
Well,
Play it again.
Joke off.
But I'm Christ.
No,
Well,
I'm glad you're quick on the trigger with that.
All right. This is a different headline.
It's okay. That's okay.
All right. Delaware man. See, I had to pay homage to my people. Delaware man who police prevented from warning of speed trap wins $50,000 judgment. Though the man is happy with his $50K, he says it pales in comparison to another Delaware man who made millions from doing speed and trapping himself in his father's basement. The punchline was very similar.
I like
There
it.
you
You know
go.
what? I'm
Yeah.
giving it to you. I'm going to give you the joke off.
All right.
An honorary joke off because I feel like Dave had the better joke between the
I
two of
knew
us.
you were trying something sneaky.
So, man, as
Yeah.
as a farewell gift to you, take a joke off
Yeah.
Lynn.
All right. Just because you're moving.
Wait. Okay. So yeah, you read your joke off, so it's me. That was the
Yes.
first triple joke off. It was a weird one.
Two
Okay.
and a half.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right.
That
Two
was
and a half. It's okay. Burning Man attendees advised to shelter in place, conserve food and water due to heavy rain. While many are stranded, some look at this as a chance to see what happens when people turn to ecstasy and cannibalism at the same time.
Nice. All right. Court rules in Pornhub's favor in finding Texas age verification law violates First Amendment. Turns out it would only be unprotected under the First Amendment if you yelled, "Yes, I am 18," in a crowded theater or mall.
Yeah.
It's very stupid.
I like it, but I like it. And again, another good image. I like the images of these jokes. All right, this is a two-parter because the first one I just had to stop when I was ready. Okay. Smash Mouth frontman Steve Harwell dies at 56, and for him, I guess the years finally have stopped coming. His funeral is public, and mourners are asked to pay their respects in their finest Janko jeans, wallet chain, bowling shirt from PacSun, and wraparound Oakley sunglasses.
Good stuff.
Thank
Oh,
you.
speaking of death, Gil Brandt, architect of America's team Dallas Cowboys, has died at the age of 91. It's unfortunate, too, seeing as America's team made it to at least 96 before disappearing off this mortal coil.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys. Capitol Doctor says Mitch McConnell is, quote, medically clear to continue work. And by that, the doctor means the strokes have wiped his brain clear of the ability to identify shapes and colors.
Retired teacher sentenced to death in Saudi Arabia after tweeting criticism. Lawmakers in Saudi Arabia have spoken out on the matter, stating, "Hey, blame Elon Musk. Before this, we would have just blocked the guy."
Neo-Nazi group spews hate outside of Disney World, officials say. The Disney company condemns this action, saying Walt Disney had a firm commitment to keeping anti-Semitism out of our theme parks and keeping it entirely in children's cartoons where it belongs.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. NYPD to use drones to monitor backyard parties over Labor Day weekend, sparking privacy concerns. They've claimed that this was for safety concerns and not spying, and also a party is considered what started when your wife is in the shower before guests arrive. Fucked up the wording, but I got it. I got the general consensus out.
Well, I double dipped on this last story, so here we go again. Neo-Nazi group spews hate outside of Disney World, officials say, though it was later revealed to be a viral marketing campaign for the new roller coaster at Epcot, Mr. Fuhrer's Wild Ride. Couldn't decide which one I liked better.
All right, dumbest one yet. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Metallica postpones Phoenix concert after James Hetfield catches COVID. Hetfield apologizes to the fans, but say these are the risks when runs when being an anti-vaxxer.
Okay, this is not a joke off, but I'm glad that you told it. I'm going to move a joke up to tell back to you, although this won't technically qualify as a joke off. Dog sneaks away from home and into SoFi Stadium for Metallica concert, viral photo shows. The dog was well behaved, although as soon as the band played For Whom the Bell Tolls, apparently it started barking uncontrollably. Because when you ring the doorbell, Mark, your dog goes crazy.
A dog and its master. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, I just got to For Whom the Bell Tolls first.
Speaking of double dipping, Bill Parcells has loaned $4 million to former players with no expectations of being repaid, author says. He was more than happy to loan out money to players during his stints with the Giants, Patriots, and Cowboys, although with the latter was more described as bail.
Yeah, all right, sure. And abortions and stuff, too. You know, come on. Here, this one is applicable to you, Mark. Texas drunk drivers will now have to pay child support if they kill a parent or guardian in a payment system officially known as y'all-alimony.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks.
That's making the cut, I think. SAG-AFTRA request approval to strike against video game companies. Video companies have come out and said that customers need not worry that if the actors strike, you'll still be able to hear voices in video games. They'll all just be calling you the N-word.
So stupid. Okay, I got to admit, I didn't listen to any of your jokes while we were on stage, other than to listen if we had a joke off.
Fair.
Because I was fighting for my life up there. I think you did a joke on this. It's not technically a joke off, but because I'm doing it next week. But tell me if I'm wrong, because I was like, did Dave do a joke on this premise? Anyway, woman sneaks handgun into Chicago White Sox game by hiding it in her belly fat, accidentally shoots herself and someone else. The team plans to prosecute, but not for the gun, but because they can't afford any behavior that removes what few fans actually go to White Sox games.
I did not tell a joke on that, but
I
I feel like we talked about belly fat a lot this episode already.
I think we did. Maybe that's what it is.
All right. India's moon rover completes its walk as scientists look for signs of frozen water. They're finding the mission to be frustrating, though, as usually when they're roaming around a barren, waterless land, they at least stumble upon a bazaar by now.
I like the word bizarre.
Bazaar. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to say.
All right. 23 people injured after vehicle crashes into Denny's in a restaurant in Texas. Officials say every injury is to the intestines and butthole, and it's a miracle no one was harmed in the crash.
Man, you'd love going after that diarrhea stuff.
Hey,
huh?
listen,
Yeah,
I'm a simple man, and I like my
I can't
poop
wait.
jokes.
Yeah, let's get the Denny's crowd offended by you this week.
The Denny's crowd is way too drunk to be offended by anything.
All right. Migrants threatened with immediate deportation after huge brawl leaves cops injured. Although it could have gone down very differently had one of the migrants declared, "I am the police captain now." Guess which one won't be posted.
Yeah, I get it. Here's one that probably is a little too niche, but maybe it'll post. Yeah. Roman Polanski's new movie, The Palace, faces a harsh reality, debuting with 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The 0% debut must be tough for Polanski, as he famously prefers things to debut at around 15.
Yeah. All right, my last one.
Your last one?
Yes.
Did I do a double? I must have. Okay. I think I did one extra joke. Look at me, Mr. Prolific.
I know, you fucking hog. Gender reveal turns deadly as stunt plane crashes in Mexico. Now the family is left not knowing whether it'll be a boy or a girl, but they do know it will one day make an excellent Al-Qaeda.
Okay. Security in Ecuador has come undone as drug cartels exploit the banana industry to ship cocaine. Yeah, apparently now you can score coke in a kilo. Kilo. Kilo, come and me one go home. That's right. I'll keep singing it. I'll do it for the rest of the episode. Good night, everybody.
Well, yeah.
No,
okay, so we both did an accent.
Yeah, we both did. I technically were doing Harry Belafonte, a specific man. I feel like I can get away with it.
I was doing that guy from that Captain Phillips movie.
That's true. Specific men.
There
we're
we go.
Fine. We're getting it.
Loophole.
That's right. We were making fun of any
Mark
specific...
Wellborn want to get one in?
A voice?
Yeah,
One time I
anyways,
did a voice on stage of Louis Armstrong, and he said, no doing black voice. And I was like, oh.
I said that?
Yeah, you said that. I was
That
like,
was-
I want it all for myself.
That was disingenuous advice. This man loves black voice. Okay, well, Mark, what do you have coming up? I know you're going on vacation, like an
Yeah.
international vacation soon, right?
yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, I'm going away for most of this month and then moving. So.
And then moving. Well, then there you go. We will probably next see you like dominating Kiltony or like hopping on the Joe Rogan Experience. Just remember us when you're a famous Texan and you got your 6 shooters and whatnot.
You will see me back at Christmas at an open mic. That's the most realistic thing. You'll
Okay,
see.
looking forward to it. Then you can
Can't
start going
wait.
around. Yeah,
As a Jew, I've never been so excited about Christmas before today.
I'm looking forward to you coming back and telling people all about the other city you do comedy
Yeah,
in. I'll
and then
appreciate that.
brushing people off. and
Yeah, that's
acting-
right.
Yeah,
Exactly. Acting like a big shot. Yeah. Dave, what do you have coming up?
This weekend, I will be in Media, PA for something other than comedy. Dan, what do you got?
Okay, that was vague and strange. I have nothing. I'm going back to the beach right
fucking
now. And then I'm going to drink straight up till Saturday. Coming home, going to drink during the Eagles game. Monday, I got to recover from all that probably. And then I'll see you next week. And that's when everybody can see me.
Sweet.
Neil, you got anything going on?
Yeah, you can check us out over at Wissick and Brewing Company, September 15th. We have headliner John Moses, Courtney Reynolds, myself, and JD Patrick. And you can always check us out every second and fourth Friday at Myers Brewing Company in Fishtown, Philadelphia. You can get all those tickets and details over at droptent.com/events. And thank you so much. Or follow me, IamNeilWood.com.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and there's T-shirts now.
Oh, yeah.
we've got merch.
Drop page. Yeah, buy some fucking merch with our faces
Hold
on
up
it.
and stall while I bring it up. So people can
Okay,
check
yeah,
it
we're
out.
stalling. We
Designed
finally
by
have merch.
my friend who also made a picture of me as a little child today for back to school.
Really?
It's her yearly tradition since she makes fun of people with kids. She enjoys making me a child, and then So check those my Facebook page.
Did you post that somewhere? You should post that on
I'm
Instagram.
tagged in it, so
Okay.
people like a lot of my friends that aren't her, they liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one, but I'm going to
So
look.
yeah, check out our.
There's
that's a
our
hoodie
merch.
with a
Worn by a I don't know.
yeah. Show one with the broads rocking our shit.
Yeah, not the guy that took half of flight school.
Okay. Oh, a badass chick.
Yeah.
She's probably got a snake tattoo underneath that hoodie.
Oh hell yeah, she does. She rides a bike and she shows the world that she likes the Weekday comics.
Hell yeah. 2 fucking things I look for in a chick.
A
Minus the bike.
a bike riding podcast fan.
I don't like air in my hair.
What hair?
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, to blow the hat off. It's hard to wear a hat
I
on a
lose
bike.
too many hats already.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to droptent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to droptent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.